go to Vancouver right now. My guest is Eoin Madden. He's a climate campaigner with the Wilderness Committee, a non-profit environmental group. And Eoin, your assessment here from what you've read of this report?
Well, I mean, it's clear, Todd, that this report today is actually really about the oil sands or tar sands project of northern Alberta. You know, our Prime Minister's office has really controlled tightly the issue of the environment, the issue of climate change, the biggest challenge of our time. But we know that the oil and gas industry has the ear of the Prime Minister's office. Everybody else doesn't seem to have. I mean, the Auditor General has been shut out since 2012. Folks like me fighting for climate action have been shut out. And most tragically, the international community has been shut out because last month, our Prime Minister could have gone, like other world leaders, to talk about climate action worldwide. He was in the right city, he was in New York, he chose not to go. So it's a real tragedy. It's un-Canadian as far as we're concerned. We've led the world on building a coalition of people to deal with big issues. We've turned our back on that, and really the question has to be asked, how much will we give away for the oil sands and tar sands industry of Alberta?
Canada will not meet the 2020 greenhouse gas emissions targets, as you know. How concerned are you by that?
Well, I mean, I may work at an environmental group, but I work for my nieces and nephews, and there's no doubt that they will suffer massively if we don't get a hold on climate change. A huge amount of climate change will unfortunately come from Canada unless we make a difference. People are going to get out there and demand a difference because this is a very, very, very expensive process to Canada, amongst other issues. I mean, even the targets, the small targets we have, we're talking about nationally a 17% reduction in our impact on the climate since 2005's figures. Here in BC, where I'm speaking to you from, we're up to a third. That's our target for 2020. So really, the issue is, you know, do we care about this? If we don't get out and make a difference, this government will make us the ribbon and ship it people and not the ones who led the world on climate change.
Just quickly, we got about 20 seconds or so. Will this report be enough to trigger change, realistically?
If the people of Canada don't come out and demand it, I don't think it will. We've had reports like this from the Auditor General before. The Auditor General speaks truth to power. So I want the folks who see this issue to say, listen, this is not good enough and we're going into an election year next year. Let's make a difference.
Eoin Madden in Vancouver, great to have you on and share your viewpoint.
Lovely to chat with you, Todd.